This is the Galaxy Report for Sunday, November 20th, 2005.
I should be saying keep my damn name out your mouth, but y'all people keep increasing my change amount. So go ahead and say what you wanna. I'm gonna sell back to me or bold and I'm gonna. I know y'all wish you was in my position, cause I keep getting into situations that you wish you wasn't. Cousin, I'm not your brother, not your uncle, I'm daddy dude. Stepping in this game and y'all ain't got a clue. My prediction is that y'all gonna hate on the style we created straight 2008.
Welcome back to the Galaxy Report. I'm Freak Asaka. I'm joined again this week by Gyron. Gyron, how's it going?
It's going fantastic.
Great. Why don't you go ahead and start us off by telling everyone what we're going to be doing this show?
I suppose I could do that. Not that it's actually a binding contract as to how the format of the show is going to go, but we'll start off with our little comments on the NGE, the new game enhancements. For those of you cats who aren't in the loop, we'll go over some of the hot fixes. We've got that breathtaking House of Commons chat coming up. Well, at least we'll be talking about it coming up. We've got the new Star Wars Galaxy website design, which is a real frickin'
pain in the
treat,
ass.
Isn't it?
But we'll get to that later in the show.
Yeah. We've got the lack of the Friday feature, which the Friday feature has been confirmed by they're responding to some questions. And we'll talk about our show going live.
Sweet. Well, why don't we jump right into the new game enhancements? So what was, once Bugfin finally decided to load for us on Tuesday, what was your first profession?
The first profession that I went into was Jedi because I wanted to get my Elder Jedi rewards. And then immediately after I got my robe and my blue glowy status, I respected Commando.
I totally started off thinking that I was going to go medic just for the combat medic. And then when it finally went live, I decided to give Spy a chance, and I'm glad I did. Having a lot of fun with it.
Spy is cool. I was going to respect my alt to Spy, but since you were Spy, I felt there was no need for double Spy. So I've been toying with Officer.
How are you liking that?
It's interesting. I got to get more of a feel for it, though. What really annoys me, which is just something stupid, is I forget which move it is. I think it's one of your called artillery shots or whatnot. And the thing that kills me is the rockets come out of the ground shooting straight up, as opposed to out of the sky where you would think they would come from.
Yeah, rockets generally don't come shooting out of the ground.
It's just something that bothers me a bit. And you would think it would be something that they could just switch and it would be better. Like just flip around the texture or whatnot. But I don't know anything about computers. Except for my Commodore 64, I programmed Radar Rat Race when I was like 10.
Those were the days, weren't they?
No, those days sucked.
Well, why don't we jump right into the NGE and our thoughts on it?
I thought we were already doing that. I thought we had leaped into it already.
Did we leap into it? I thought we were just talking about our professions at first. But
no, that's fine.
Buggy would be one word to describe
the NGE. What are you talking
NGE.
about? It's completely lag-free.
Lag's
it's lag-free and
word.
there are no bugs. Even though my level 14 commando quest doesn't work because I can't target the guy because he's standing in a wall. And when I say target, I mean I can hover the target over him. But my character still can't see him.
From what I'm reading on the Spy forums, the level 14 Spy mission is also bugged. So maybe it's just an across-the-board level 14.
You're probably going to talk to the same guy.
Probably.
Yeah, level 14. So basically, when do those 130 new exciting quests with the cool loot start?
Well, no, they're there. You just can't do them.
They're there. They only last till level 30. I
wish they gave kind of a map on, where you might, different levels where you might want to start some of the new quests that you may not know about.
Yeah, now they mapped out the creature combat levels, but since you get no experience for doing missions like that now, and
it's pretty much just a good way to test some of your new moves with a respec. That's the only reason I could see going out and actually doing anything like a picket mission or a bowl mission.
Yeah,
in
that
the current
money.
situation. Yeah.
Money and to find out what one of your 6 moves in your toolbar work.
That's not so much a bad thing. I mean, before you didn't have a ton of moves that you were using unless... really, you never really used that many moves before, did you?
I had, well, it depends. Like, originally, no. Then with the combat upgrade, yes. Because I didn't have to switch a weapon to do a move, or, I could use any special with any move. And I had full toolbars, but now I've got like 6 attack moves. I've got my heal. I've got like a stim pack, 2 guns, and my speeder. Oh no, I took out my speeder, and I put in a stun baton so I can whack those Jedis down when they want to go against my frickin' energy and kinetic resist assault armor.
Now that's
sad.
That's one thing I found that's really a lot of fun with the NGE is the PvP in the game.
I've had a lot more fun just because, I don't know, it's fun. I wouldn't say it's more, I'm not sure if it's more Star Wars-y-ness, but
I think in a way it is. I mean, the battles, they're fast-paced action.
And it actually feels like you're accomplishing something. You actually have to, obviously, unless you're on TeamSpeak or Vent, you're not going to be chatting while you're playing anymore.
Right.
And it sucks for the physically disabled. But for those of you who aren't, it's...
Well, how physically disabled? I mean, if you have a hand in, say, like...
Christopher Reed. Christopher Reed could not play this.
He wasn't playing the old system.
You don't know that. He could have... That's him blowing on his controller.
On his MacBook button.
Stephen Hawking's.
I'm just saying
he can play in the old system.
You'd have to be pretty disfigured.
Okay, so
I mean, if you have a hand that can control a mouse with one finger to hit the buttons, and then say a hook or something on the other hand where you could hit your bind your special moves to your other mouse button, you should be fine.
Yeah, but the problem with binding your special moves is it doesn't actually activate the move. It just puts it in your little warm-up.
Yeah, that is a little tedious, especially when you run into the lag and you're clicking. Especially I've noticed with Spy Heal, that tends not to.
Well, actually,
activate.
It's not just. Yeah, it's all heals. It's my grenades. My grenades are wonky, I guess I'll use that word for lack of a better one.
My smoke grenades are pretty out of it during PvP. Sometimes I have to stand there and take a beating just so I can use a smoke grenade.
Yeah, and also perma aggro gets annoying.
Yeah.
A lot of these moves will set you into aggro mode, I suppose. But it is fun to walk up to someone and just drop a mine in front of them, even though it's it's not going to do any damage. But it's like, do-do-do-do-do. Hey, look, a mine. And then run away.
I love the poison with the Spy. Just, anytime you have... When we were PvPing the first night, and that Jedi, you just stood still. He's like, just stand there, give me a chance, after we had already in-capped him. And he's like, give me a chance, just stand there. And you stood there, and I just walked up to him.
Yeah,
okay.
I did stand there. I took my helmet off. I left the rest of my armor on, and frickin'... He just whacked away at me and didn't do any damage. And meanwhile, Johnny Poison Cloud over there, Chemical Ali, frickin' walks up behind him.
Man, I wish I could change my name.
I know. Yeah, don't worry, they'd make you change it again.
Chemical Ali.
Well, if you join my new guild, I can give you a title. That could be your title.
I might have to do that. But I thought it was only for Trandoshans.
Oh, it's for Trandoshans and my alts, I guess. I had to get nickel in. Yeah, crafting is useless now, so go ahead and cancel. I did. There you go, crafters.
I was waiting. I thought you were going to complete a thought, but I guess not.
Well, my thought was completed when I frickin' found the submit button. Frickin'. I don't know. We'll get that when we talk about the House of Commons chat.
So overall, what are your thoughts on the NGE? Now that we've actually have it live and we're able to test it.
Oh, here's the thing. In theory, I can see how this will work. I don't have if they do port this onto consoles, I don't have a problem. It's more people playing. It means I get to play the game that I pretty much still like for longer, they kept Ultima Online going for about 10 years. It's still going. And it has been about 10 years. Obviously, it hasn't been ported to consoles, but I think with new people playing, with the fact that the only quests they give experience now for high-level players are on Mustafar, I think people will have to buy that expansion if they didn't and they like the gameplay, which is a greedy move on their part. But, if they keep on... A lot of things that they talked about were, adding diversity in the classes. Like in Warcraft, you can have a rogue. Sure, he's a rogue, just like every other rogue, every other cookie-cutter rogue. But you can put your talent points into, do you want to specialize with swords? Here's some cool special moves for that. Do you want to specialize with daggers? Here's some cool special moves for that. Something like that. And they have talked about, of course, it's just talk. They also said they were revamping smugglers, and we had an exciting ranger revamp coming up.
I think the ranger revamp turned into the spy class. I thought kind of what they were going to do is, instead of just being able to use any weapon at any time, like if you're ranged, you can use any ranged weapon. I kind of thought it was going to be like Warcraft, where you, like certain classes, okay, you could use like your pistol or your carbine, but you would have to work that up. And I'd kind of like to see a little more depth in that sense, where they, make it where if you're not, like, you haven't worked up like your points in carbine to like 300 or whatever, then you're not as effective as, someone who has taken the time to do that. And it's just a little something they can add just to,
just to differentiate the templates, since there's only 9. And when I say 9, I should really say about 7, because Crafter and Entertainer.
Yeah, have you even seen an Entertainer? Are their buffs still working?
I don't know. I haven't seen an Entertainer.
Okay. I should let you finish answer the first question before I ask the second one.
It's fine. I mean, and I've screwed around too with my trader. I mean, I mess with domestics. I've messed with engineering. What kills me is, like, even the noobs. Like, when you create a character now, there are like necklaces and some belts and some clothes that you can't even make. They didn't even throw them in as like a second thought. Just, here's tier tailors. Here's like 5 new schematics for you. Like,
I think with my second account, I'll make a crafter. I'm not going to call it a trader. I don't like the name of that. I'm going to call it a crafter.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just for a while. I mean, what the hell? If I don't like it, I delete them. I don't care.
Don't do it. Don't waste your time grinding.
Well, I'm not really going to grind them. I'm just going to use them when I get bored. If I'm waiting for you, like, if you say, I'm going to go eat, I'll be back in an hour. I'll log on with my crafter and craft some stuff for a little while. But I mean, ideally, if they're going to gimp them this much, then they should just make it like, hobbies that you can do in the game.
Yeah, again, like Warcraft.
Right.
You can pick 2 and that's it.
Yeah. You pick the 2 things you want to do, that's all you get.
And don't make it be like weaponsmith, armorsmith, droid engineer, shipwright, stupid things like that. I mean, I'd rather be a tailor armorsmith than a weaponsmith, armorsmith, especially now when loot weapons are much better, far superior to crafted ones. And especially, armorsmith is pointless unless you want to make Riz, because, I mean, even those level 50 elites, rebel troopers going around the bank in a Coronet, they dropped, bone armor of vitality, which gives you like another 10 or 20, 15 points. I got like a lucky backpack off of them, which gives you another 5 points of luck. Just stupid things like that are dropping. And I mean, those are very low-end NPCs.
Yeah, I got something off of, it was a little bit higher level. I think it was one of the 82s rebels that we killed on a mission, but I got those, some composite armored gloves that had like plus 10 to Constitution on them. And I don't know, I like loot, but if you're going to have a crafter profession, you can't really...
If you're going to have a crafter profession that's an actual profession with no combat skills, then the loot drop seems stupid. If you're going to have a crafting as like a secondary thing like fishing so you don't get bored and you got extra stuff to do, then that's fine. It makes sense.
Well, it could almost work if there was somebody like a bioengineer who could like alter the clothes, or like, I don't know, like I think of an enchanter who could like cast stuff on certain weapons. I don't know how you'd go about doing that, maybe like call it a modifier, somebody who could modify.
We'll call him Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor the modifier.
Trevor the modifier, who where a crafter could take something and
That's just entirely amusing.
just
Yeah, well,
tweak
it's
it
not
so
going to happen.
so people could like pick what the I want plus 10 to my constitution, I want plus however much to my luck. One of the things I don't like are, I don't know if you've run into this, is the kind of
Role playing's dead now.
well.
I'm sorry, we were
on
going back and forth.
On Bloodfin, how much role playing
Well,
was there
I know
before?
there was like me. There was
Yeah.
me, and then the other people that didn't role play along.
Right. My snare, I've noticed, like when we've been battling, I don't know if it was lag, but I would hit you with the snare, and instead of you being routinely slower, it was more of like sprint for 5 meters, stop. Sprint for 5 meters, stop. Have you run into that, or was I just battling lag?
No, on my end, I was snared, but I was hitting you with glop grenades too, and I thought maybe I was getting too close, and I was getting that effect put on myself. I didn't realize that you had a move that did that.
Yeah, the snare
But
seemed
when it
really
showed
choppy.
me, it just for me it didn't. It just showed me like being slow. Do 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 do.
What
slow.
about me when, like, if you have a snare, right, and you'd hit me with it, was
Yeah, I've
I
got
like
my
just
glop.
slower?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was choppy. But
It like almost made it more difficult to target you, because instead of like you running fast at the same pace where I could be like, okay, I could kind of like estimate, okay, he's going to be here, get my cursor over into this area to get a couple shots in. It was more like stutter step the entire way. It's kind of annoying.
what did you call it?
Like stutter step.
That's awesome.
You like that word?
I like the whole. Yeah, it's like
It's more than just a word. It's like two
a
words.
lifestyle.
It's damn near a
What's up,
sentence.
stutter step? Freaking stutter step. You know what else I don't like? Prone and kneel are still in the game, but the second you go to do an attack for prone or kneel, it automatically stands you up.
That's lame. They should be worked into the game where you can like give yourself some cover. Ooh, maybe a cover move for certain classes.
Yeah, like spy, they could have some kind of cloak.
It would be nice if I could actually. I don't know how smoke grenades are supposed to work, but they break pretty damn easily.
Well, that's because there's no manual.
What?
There's no manual for the NGE.
Ooh. Yeah,
You're
so
just-
it's kind of, we're just kind of guessing on what's supposed to be
No,
working.
you know what we're doing? We're beta testing it. We're beta testing.
We've been beta
We're
testing the
alpha
damn
test-
game for 3 years. Come on, people, get
I know,
over
but
it.
not-
You
but
know
now
what you're expecting with SOE. We have not
now
had
we're
anything
double.
near a finished project.
I blame France.
That's a good place
Let's go
to start.
riot.
Burn some
Want to?
cars.
That's right. They got it coming. They're
Watch
French.
them cry. They'll surrender.
What are they going to do? I know.
Yeah.
Oh, we are sorry. Have some bread. France.
We are just following the orders of our democratically elected civilian government.
We are just following the orders of our Fuhrer, mein Fuhrer. I mean, no, Churchill, we will not surrender our navy. We will fight you to the bitter end to keep our fascist overlords here in our streets. Douchebags. Hate you, France.
Yeah, so the NGE is France's fault.
That's right, see?
But, it seems like we're coming down pretty hard on it, but I like the style of the combat. It's weird because it's faster, but the battles take longer.
Yeah, because yeah, I agree. I'm definitely not anti-NGE. I'm pleased.
Anti-bug.
Well, even some bugs I can tolerate. I'm anti getting this me randomly, like a year's worth of work that they've been doing without even a hint, without even a mention of it, and then like, oh, by the way, we're completely changing this game.
Yeah, I can see why they wanted to limit everybody to one profession. I liked the trees before. I like the mix and match. But could you imagine trying to balance not only 32 professions, but all the different combo possibilities that people could come up with in the game? So I can see why they would want to limit it. Okay, you pick one profession, you go up that profession. I don't like the whole like radial. What the hell they call it? The skill wheel.
The skill wheel is freaking retarded. It
Yeah.
doesn't let you pick the skills you want when you want them, which was a big thing going for the You know?
Yeah, I would have liked it. Okay, you're limited to one profession. You pick the profession spy, but then as I'm going up, I'm picking the boxes that I want out of spy. So I'm getting like my +5 spy over here, or I'm picking this move over, here.
Yeah. But that's obviously a moot point since it's never going to change.
I just want to throw in the little statement that I understand why they wanted to limit everybody to one profession.
That's good.
Just trying to balance. I mean,
yeah,
you're a pain in the ass.
I know. There's lots of games like that.
Yeah.
It certainly takes away from Galaxy's uniqueness, but it's still a playable game. It's not game breaking.
Right.
It's just different, and because, like, I think it's cool that with Gyron, it's fun. It's fun. I never had any melee moves where I could actually do damage before, but now I can pick up a stun baton and start hitting people with it. And even the default attack does a decent amount of damage. I mean, as long as I'm not going up against like level 80s, like if I'm just trolling around into Theed or something, I can just beat the crap out of those rebels with my stun baton, and it looks funny because I've got a stun baton and I'm hitting them, and that makes me happy. That's my happy news.
I'm really looking forward to PvP kind of opening up. I mean, now you have no decay.
You
can get away from
Care Bear's
people.
dream.
Yeah, you can just go on there. You can fight. You can have fun doing it. I'm having a hell of a fun time just running.
And you don't have to worry about griefers.
Yeah. So what? You die. What do you lose? Everyone should be special.
You lose your pride.
If you want to be part of the Galactic Civil War, you should be Special Forces. That's it.
That's right. Yeah.
That should be the option. If you want to be neutral, or pick a side.
You know what I'd like them to do? I'd like them to add one more faction for me.
The Gyron?
Which, that would be ideal.
Gyron faction.
But no, the mercenary faction that they kind of fooled around with in beta, so that way you could, attack both Rebel and Imperial. I think that would be great, because that way I could take out my vengeance on all the stupid Imperial Wookiees. Because why would you do that? You're Wookiee, right? You know what's going on in Kashyyyk. Why would you be an Imperial Wookiee? Also, people named stupid things. Joe Baca, frickin' Killa 1, Killa Be Killed. And anybody with a stupid name would face the wrath of my stun baton of doom.
You should be able to vote on people's names, and like if they get enough votes, they'd be part of like the stupid name people faction, so they'd be like attackable by anybody.
Then they would have to go to the Japanese servers. Speaking about server mergers, have you heard anything new about that?
I've heard nothing. I heard someone posted that they heard a rumor that LucasArts was planning on shutting down Galaxies in February 2006, which I know that the contract is up between LucasArts and SOE then, but I don't know if it's February. I just know sometime in 2006. I don't know how that affects your whole server merger, but...
I think there wouldn't be a server merger because the servers would be going down permanently.
Right.
But that's in February 2006, and that's when it runs out. Oh, we'll see. Either that or it comes to the frickin' PlayStation 3. Who knows?
Who cares if it does? Like you said before, it just means more players. An influx of players.
No. I've got no... That's one of the reasons why I said I was for frickin' console port. That and all the noob Jedi that I would be able to hit with my frickin' stun stick. It's awesome. It looks like frickin' pepperoni or something.
You're just getting a hard over that stun baton, aren't you?
Not nearly as much as you would like, but the point is...
Well, I think we did a pretty good job covering our initial thoughts of the NGE. I know we got Penny yelled at us about our initial coverage of Mustafar, when basically we came across as it's red and laggy.
Well, yeah, that was pretty basic, since it took us like 2 hours to walk 3 meters.
So what do we got next?
We got the hot fixes.
All right. Well, there's 2 of them this week.
Fixes.
We have the November 17th hot fix. This one kind of worked on fixing the character respec, which we waited, like after, we did our initial respec, we knew there was a problem. We waited before we switched over to anything else because we wanted to make sure that we got all of the the goodies that come along
Cool
with it.
loot.
Yeah,
My +6 vitality backpack.
the elite loot.
Yeah.
But they threw that in there, gave everybody an extra respec for that. They give us 1 or 2 respecs.
I believe it went to 11.
Okay.
It reset to 11.
So they fixed that, which they did run into some issues with that, which they came back and fixed with the second hot fix of the week. And even though there are a lot of bugs in the game right now, if they keep up this rate of throwing hot fixes every couple of days, trying to take care of the problems, then, good for them. I'm glad to see it.
One of the things that didn't actually work, the old man keeps on following me around.
Are you still having that now?
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things that was supposed to be fixed on the patch on the 19th, where for sensitive Villas quests, the old man was no longer able to make his visits. I went to, where was I? Where's that rebel base? Is that on Talus? Is there a small one on Talus, or is it Rory?
I think
regardless,
Rory.
I went there to hit a bunch of rebels with my stun baton, and the two instances that the old man showed up, and he had a very important message to tell Gyron. He's like, what? He's pissed off at me for respecting the commando.
That'd be funny if he told you that.
Awesome. Well, the first profession I was Teras Kasai, and the second was commando, and I lasted for a long time. A very long time, Teras Kasai and commando. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad you threw that out. I'm going back to the hot fix. We got our elder buffs.
Did you see that the commando weapons are no longer disabled?
Really?
No, but it's a dream that I have.
Yeah, you got me excited. One thing that's funny is they fixed many instances of Crash to Desktop. I didn't have a problem with Crash to Desktop until after the 17th published.
Awesome.
I've only had it happen once, but I never noticed it until then. Until after they fixed it. Some combat. They tweaked some of the professions a little bit. Through in a quest. The user interface, they messed around with that, which you still don't really like the user interface.
You know how I have it set up? I have it set up like, I don't know what I have it set up like anymore. I don't know. I know I set my Guild Wars interface like the old Star Wars Galaxies interface.
They pretty much let you do whatever you want.
In Guild Wars?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can pretty much, you can go to the options menu and pretty much, it'll bring up like a little wire mesh where you can drag and drop and pretty much shrink or resize anything. That's what they should do with this, or at least allow the modding community to mod the UI, like Warcraft.
Just kind of leave it open for everybody to do whatever they want.
Yeah,
well, not really whatever they want, but.
But I mean, not like auto clickers and stuff like that, but move that stupid ass button that opens up. That button pisses me off, man. And I wish that I could just click on number 6 in my toolbar and have it execute it instead of just send it to my not combat queue, but what the hell do you even call that? My right mouse button.
The problem with that would be
it would be too easy.
Well, it'd be easy, and then so you'd have to. Well, I'm not saying it'd be hard to do it, but you'd have to make sure like your little mouse.
You know, I have the 0 on the pneumatic keyboard mapped to reload in Call of Duty 2.
What am I trying to say?
I don't know. I'm not helping, am I?
No, you're not. I don't know. It's not. It wouldn't be hard. I'm dumb. Doesn't matter. I'm glad I just wasted everybody's time with that.
Thank you. I feel a lot better now.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the November 19th publish. And this brought us a bunch of changes in the kind of the way the Galactic Civil War works.
Sure enough.
I like what they're doing with this. I like the way they're making the Galactic Civil War more PvP oriented.
Where it actually, you can take out those dickhead Jedis hitting the frickin' Nova Trooper.
And that you have to be overt to do it. Or special forces. It's not like
you have to be overt to get points.
Yeah. So, have it make a difference.
It keeps the Care Bears happy. It keeps the PvPers happy.
Basically, the stats on that is to get a point for a planet, because it's now everything's going to be, it was before, but you're going to, each side is going to get points. If you kill 25 NPC rebels or Imperials by your special forces, you'll get 1 point for your faction planet. If you kill someone in PvP, you'll get 1 point. And the numbers are going to change, and you're going to have to constantly work on it to, you can't just like rack up a high percentage, a bunch of kills, and then just like sit back and the Imperials or the Rebels can't do anything. You have to constantly stay trying to keep control. Basically, what they really need to do is make it worthwhile to everybody, because at this point it's fun. You can go out there and do it, but what are the real rewards for doing it?
Knowing that you did it.
Yeah, that's not enough. You should be getting something special, even if they threw in,
like a snack.
Yeah,
like some Twizzlers.
Give me some crackers.
A pack of Twizzlers.
I want some crackers and a glass of orange juice. No, but even if they made it so, if you're in control of a planet, on that planet you get like reduced
special
faction
warm
costs.
hat or something.
Yeah, or reduced faction costs for what do they call that stuff? I cannot think right now.
Bases, perks.
Yeah, perks, faction perks, which right now there's not a lot in there, so they really need to. Well, you could get furniture. You get lots of furniture.
You know what's a good perk?
What?
That transport that people who buy the starter kit get.
Well, everybody should get that anyways. If you're going to give it to people just starting the game, you should give it to the veterans too.
Yeah. Veterans need to shell out that other $20, so that way they can also get their belt and the other clothes that we can't craft anymore. And even if we could, there wouldn't be any crafters left to craft. I almost bought it today, just for that.
You did not.
I almost did, yeah.
You're an idiot if you do that.
I probably will get it, just so I can make another character. That way my guild can be full. Well, it's like the cycle of life. It's like Lucas would have wanted. There's Nicola dies, but my new character lives on. Maybe that's the true meaning of the NGE.
Well, we're on to the Galactic Civil War now, so stop talking about the NGE.
I'm just saying.
I know.
That thing will frickin' land anywhere and pick you up and bring you anywhere on the planet.
There should be like a timer on it where it takes like 5 minutes for it to show up.
There is a timer on it, but you can use it, but the timer is like instant.
No, it should be the instant timer.
That's right. Like coffee. My coffee's like that.
One of the things with the Galactic Civil War change is the spawns for faction bases are going to temporarily be disabled while they reevaluate the role in the Galactic Civil War. Some people didn't seem too happy about that. I'm kind of behind the idea of doing that until they figure out what to do with it. Otherwise, people are just going to get bases and farm them for the faction. I could see that happening. I mean, if you're out in the middle of nowhere taking out a base, or taking out the NPCs at a base, you don't have to worry about overt people. But if you're in the middle of Coronet trying to take out a bunch of rebels, you have to worry about hippies. You have to worry about players coming around attacking you. So I can see until they figure out what to do with them, or how to limit them, or how to make it so people just can't have them sit out there farming them out in the middle of nowhere. It makes sense. You might as well just temporarily disable them, which means that we're never going to see them again, a la Battlefields.
You don't know that. They're working on that. By the time Battlefields are up, they'll be starting to work on getting my commando weapons enabled, as opposed to disabled.
Here's my Tuesday tip for people in the Galactic Civil War and all of your special forces people. If you have a group of people chasing somebody, say like you're in the middle of Theed with like 5 of your special forces friends, and a special forces rebel comes out in the middle or comes in there. When you're chasing this guy, because he's going to run when he sees you, try to spread out a little bit, because I was trying to do some PvP in Theed last night, and everybody was running in a straight line after this one person, and you couldn't click on the person, so the person's getting away because you can't click on the person because
I know,
you're
the
targeting
leader
all these other people. Yeah. So
That's
try to
funny.
spread out a little bit.
Well, it's fun when people clump up too, especially if you've got grenades or you're a stealth spy and you're about to gas them all. Sure, you might take one for the team, but
Yeah, but when you're
think about all
chasing
that
someone,
AoE.
yeah,
I
spread
know.
out.
I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, let's see what else they have for the patch on the 19th. They fixed the loot issue, which we haven't had a chance to try, but we did find the bug last night when we were on Mustafar trying to loot in a group. You cannot loot the item because your inventory is full. Actually, you'd get it 4 times.
Not.
Every time you would try to do anything, you'd get it 4 times. But they fixed that. Supposedly they fixed that. Haven't had a chance to test that out. Tweaked the new player tutorial. Oh, they fixed an issue that prevented characters from earning experience points after a profession respec. They fixed an issue that allowed Force-sensitive village quest events to occur. Old man will no longer make his visits.
Lies. All lies.
I refuse to believe it.
I'll
And-
post my screenshot.
Of course, a couple other little tweaks. As long as, I'm not really going to get mad about the bugs. I'm not happy about them. I really don't want to see them all the time. I don't want to keep on running into stuff, but if they're going to keep coming out with hot fixes every couple days, I'll give them a semi-pass. Just a semi-pass. What do we have next, boss?
What do we got? House of Commons chat.
All right, I'm pulling that up right now.
We're pulling it up. It's not up already?
So did you get anything out of this House of Commons chat?
Yeah, creature handlers are coming back, and I should cancel my crafter's account.
Yeah, I really thought like they made it seem, or at least I thought they made it seem like creature handlers were just put on hold. Okay, when we figure out how
Well,
to
that's
do
because that's what they said, and apparently they couldn't figure it out. It was too confusing.
because of the 3 days they tried, or the 3 hours they tried to work on it.
Well, I mean, if it's only on Test Center for 2 weeks, then they got to actually seriously think about it for a good 15 or 20 minutes, yeah.
I'm just
We
kind
can't
of,
do it.
we don't want to do it. I like the ETA on the second character slots. I thought that was something that we were going to get like on the 22nd, like when the starter kit goes on sale, but we're working on it now. We'll get it out as soon as possible. I can't give you a date yet, though. There's a whole lot of testing that needs to be done.
Yeah. You know what's going to piss me off is when that goes live and I log in and my alt is gone. I've got like this freaking... I know it's going to happen. I have a feeling. I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, they talked about wanting to get rid of all the radio menus, and you have a big issue with this.
Yeah, if you actually try to take the time and put all that cool new loot that you just newly looted in your house, it's a bitch, isn't it?
I haven't tried yet.
Targeting that little thing, hitting tide, hitting move up 100. What object do you want to move? Oh crap, I got to move my arrow back onto whatever I'm trying to target to move. So you move it back, and then you go to hit Control and up to retype the same thing. And you're like, oh crap, I got to frickin' either type it in again or bring my little arrow to frickin' click it in there in the little chat box now.
Yeah, I don't like not being able to lock onto one target. You know, there should be a button where I mean, like for
if it's non-attackable, I don't see why Tab couldn't target, a crate of resources or whatever you're moving, non-AI object or whatever.
Why not make it lock on until you? I don't know. It's just
they
like
don't know either. It's not your fault. I understand.
Okay. Last week I had a lot to say. This week I can't talk at all.
That's okay. You've been drinking.
Ah, yeah. I'm high on life.
Leroy Jenkins. All right then.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like looking through to see if there's anything
Gonna go into
else.
Olive Garden like that.
Like Leroy Jenkins.
That'd be awesome. Table for Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, so cancel your crafter's account.
Because of this sentence right here. Long-term crafting items will be comparable to some loot items.
Loot.
You're screwed.
Yeah, basically anything that drops now is going to be better than what you can make. And even if the stats are slightly not as good as what you can make, it'll still have a plus 10 or plus 50 precision, or plus 10 or plus 15 vitality to it. So, there you go. There you go, champ. You're screwed. Good thing you have a whole profession to waste.
Yeah, it's been fun working with you.
I know. I'm fairly certain that that's why instead of going by skill points used, they went by combat level, so you could be locked into your crafters, so all of them wouldn't leave at once. But you know, the whole Clone War started because of a trade dispute, so it kind of makes sense. You know, trade dispute, huh?
I'm looking forward to the real jumping they want to put into the game.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be well implemented and very well tested. There will definitely be nobody getting stuck anywhere, and there certainly won't be any exploits because of it.
Oh, you know what we need to make sure they need to make sure to do is there needs to be like some sort of stamina meter. That way people aren't just bunny hopping everywhere. Because you know it's going to happen.
I swear to God, the day that there's bunny hopping in Galaxies is freaking the day that I question my account status again.
It's so Star Warsy.
It is. That's fucking Boba Fett got away from the Starlink by bunny hopping with a jetpack. You ever see a disabled jetpack?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is funny, isn't it?
There was one hanging around Theed last night. Just kind of like tooling around.
I might have been with you.
Okay.
Then.
Don't you remember?
Baby, Duffman says a lot of things.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're planning on allowing traders to mix and match the crafting professions anytime, so you are basically locked into whatever. I don't agree with that one. You should be able to pick two. I want to do these two. But who am I?
You're Farik.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then. I'm glad I cleared that up onto who you was. Who you be.
Who I am.
You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to clean out my Sora sub. I'll have to do that before my timer runs out on Nicola.
Let's see. They talk here about they like the idea of adding talent trees.
Yeah, it worked for Warcraft.
Yeah. You know,
jumping worked for Warcraft too, but that's been in since frickin' Alpha.
And swimming underwater.
Yeah, good times. No, I don't want swimming because with swimming comes Gungans.
Oh God.
Could you imagine that? Well, you know, Jabba's theme park has still disappeared off the map, but we put in this special underwater Gungan town, and a new playable class is frickin'.
No, I want there to be playable Gungans. I want there to be. Oh my God, they should be attackable by anybody at any time.
The highest you can get is level 1, and they have 3 health. They have -4 health, so they're permanent capped. Like the corpse of Icyr out at the frickin' Imperial outpost on Talos.
I know.
That's a server landmark for us on Bloodfin.
I love that.
One guy corpse. Yeah.
I don't like the fact that they got rid of the combat channel. Not being able to see what your weapons doing anything.
They're moving more away from text, not text, but numerical. Except for the fact that you see the numbers fly over your head and their head.
Well, that's why I want to be able to go back and see. Okay, this move did this much damage with this weapon, just so I know what weapon to use.
No, well, you're not going to ever. That was part of the combat chat upgrade. You know what's going to be awesome?
What?
Freaking all the crafters are gone because they've been pissing me off with their high-priced merchandise.
Where are we going to get weapons now?
You're going to freaking go out and loot them off of freaking level 80s.
I don't want to loot them.
You're going to have to.
I know. Of course, once I find a good weapon, I won't need another one.
That's right. So why would you need a crafter anyway?
Yeah, screw crafters.
It's going to suck, though, if I need new clothes.
Okay. So
it's depressing and encouraging at the same time. It's just if they would just finally phase out and bite the bullet and phase out crafters and entertainers and frickin' just make them secondary things like it works in Warcraft, and then thought about more like elite oppressions. Professions. And working it can work, but they've got to do stuff, and they got to do it fast. Otherwise, the game will be canceled.
Yeah, people are only going to hang around this for so long before they are like, you know what, I'm done with this. This sucks. And I think a lot of people are canceling, and I don't have any problem with people canceling. If you don't like it, if it's not the style game you want to play, I mean... Yeah.
But don't come back and flame on the boards until your subscription actually runs out.
Right. I mean, if you want to quit. Go away. You know, if you want to come on the boards and do a goodbye post to your guild, that's fine. Why you wouldn't do that in guild email, I don't know. But feel free to come back and say that. But man, the people that just hang around the boards are annoying.
I know.
I talked about them enough last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
You can never talk about people nearly enough.
But, I don't know. It seems like a decent House of Commons chat.
At least they came out with like a no answer for one big thing.
There were a lot of yes and no question and answers, so.
But maybe they'll be creature tamers instead of handlers.
Just
like
people
in Ultima Online, they'll be tamers. Lamer tamers.
Okay, what do we got next?
New Star Wars Galaxy website design, which is freaking
What
retarded.
a piece of crap.
You know what's awesome is the way that they freaking removed the any of the Friday features that pertain to anything that wasn't still pertaining to the NGE.
Yeah, get rid of everything. It's like Germany erasing like the 30s and like half of the 40s.
Nothing happened. We were invited.
There was nothing here. Move along. No, it's just such a pain. Like I hate flash based. Like, oh, play a movie when you first go to the site. Click
I know,
here.
but
Click
wait
here.
for it to load first. Oh wow, it's like we're going to Mustafar.
Like just trying to get to like the Friday, like to where the Friday features would be. It's like a pain in the ass. Like you're clicking here, you're looking here. It's like it's very. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's freaking.
It's not very user friendly. If you don't know where you're going, not user friendly. I like the color scheme better. So take the color scheme and just
take this color scheme and freaking
kind of give us the old when I want to go there, I want to skip the movie at the beginning. I do not want to have to skip movie, especially like I went there tonight and all of a sudden like my speakers are blaring from the stupid movie they have at the intro. Give me my navigation bar on the side like you always had. Don't make me
Why the
go
hell is
find.
Boba Fett so freaking prominent in it too? He sucked.
Because people like Boba Fett.
I guess they didn't see Empire Strikes Back when he freaking got knocked into the freaking starlight by a dude that was partially blind.
Is that your new thing, bringing up that every episode?
That might be my new thing since I no longer have my crafting menace to freaking talk about. Yeah, the website design is stupid.
Yeah.
I don't want to play as an iconic hero. I want to play as freaking Trandoshan guy that freaking hits people with a stun. I'm actually a Trandoshan guy that hits people with a stun baton, so that's all well and good.
You're like
But
the LAPD.
I don't think I know, but I don't think I'm following in Commander Cody's footsteps. Except I did kill a lot of Jedi. So,
well, that's easy.
Yeah, it is easy. Until I get that innate armor working.
Okay, so...
Then it'll still be easy.
Yeah. So we're universally agreed.
Come on, 4 meters.
We don't like the new website layout.
Yeah.
Next we...
It's about as freaking retarded as the UI.
Right. Here's the area we would talk about a Friday feature if there were a Friday feature. And why don't you give us the lowdown on why there's no Friday feature?
Well, let me just... I'm trying to do something here. The point is...
Yeah, we're trying to do a show.
They want to focus on communication and on other bug fixes, so no one did the Friday feature. But let me just go over the list of here's the 2005 Friday features. They start January 7th, January 14th, January 28th, April 8th, September 2nd, September 30th, October 7th, October 14th, October 21st, 28th, November 11th. So it seems that there was a purge.
Just slightly.
Like millions of Friday features cried out. Yeah.
You know what? The forums, there's still a lot of people on them, but when I go to like that main page, it just feels so empty.
Yeah. Well, it's weird the way they tied it up, but they archived everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, people that have been on the forums notice that, but it pisses us off too. I wonder what they got listed in the Veterans Reward click area.
The click area. Is the 80K still there?
Anti-decay kit, but it's got an asterisk by it.
What's the asterisk say?
I don't know, I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out. Whatever it is, something stupid.
Like it doesn't...
Self-powered harvester got the asterisk. But so does the Imperial...
Oh, that's probably one per...
Asterisk just means that you can only print it one per account.
Yeah. Okay, nothing special. So they haven't updated that.
No.
They hid everything from pre-NGE.
I'm still waiting for the field. That was one of the categories, for the field, for the home, for fun. I guess that got updated.
It's no longer there. Okay, so no Friday feature this week. And you know what? If you don't have time to do a Friday feature,
That's
skip
fine.
the
but
Friday
just
feature.
Get the old man away from me. He's creeping me out.
Fix that now. Okay, well, from our little poll that we put up on our board after last week's show, we have enough people who are interested in us doing a live show, or so they say, that we could actually do it. So I guess at this point, we would say, if you voted yes, if you voted you would pay more than $2, then go ahead, sign up for the subscription. I'll work on getting everything set up, but we will shoot for our first live show, not next week. We will do December 2nd or December 3rd.
Let's do it December 7th. We're going to have a very special...
Live from Pearl Harbor Day.
That's right. Let's do it live.
Okay, no, we'll do our first live show. It'll actually be Saturday morning. We'll start at 12 o'clock, and by then I'll have the chat. I'm going to go through, make some more changes to the site. I'm going to skip the gallery because I really didn't get much feedback on that. A couple people liked the idea. Someone said, well, you know what, there's a lot of places where you can find all that information. And since there wasn't like a big, oh yeah, this is a great idea, we like it, it's a lot of work. I'm going to skip over that. I'm going to get the chat up. I guess basically the main thing is, if you said that you want a live show, that you subscribe for a live show, now we need you to come through and subscribe so we can do the live show. We don't get the people to sign up for it, we will have to skip over it. I guess that's pretty simple. Oh no.
Yeah, you told them what's up.
I know. So I guess this is the part where we start wrapping up the show. Do you want to give them the website?
What website?
Our website.
Site? You mean the Galaxy Report?
.com?
Of course it's .com. What else would it be?
Exactly.
You're just being silly.
We're not at .org.
No. Those are for people that...
Anyways, we have the forums off our website. We have the donation area. You have the subscribe. We need the people to subscribe who said they would subscribe so we can do the live show. We have the one-time donation for people who just want to donate whatever. I'll have the bug wiki back up by the time that this show airs. The gallery, not getting so much worried about it. I'll have the PvP chat, what the hell did I just say? I'll have the chat up in time for the live show. We'll plan on that being December 3rd at midnight. If you have any questions, you can email us at thegalaxyreport@yahoo.com.